My favorite slide depicts the buyer decision process. This may be a relatively simple slide, but I feel it lays out a fundamental issue that marketing managers should never lose sight of: how consumers choose a product to buy. From the marketing manager's perspective, the ultimate goal is for the product to end up in the decision box. However, this is a buyer process, not a marketer process. It is a product framework built from the bottom up, the consumer's perspective. But it can lay out for managers the obstacles facing a product purchase. With this information, the manager can provide incentives and shape the market in a way that gets their product through each decision-making set. Depending on the context, each step may require strategy related to price, product, place, and/or promotion. It will also likely require cooperation within different segments of the company as well as other partners, such as advertising agencies, distributors, and retailers. Each step or strategy involves trade-offs or incurs cost, and sometimes strategies for the same product may contradict each other. The trick for a marketing manager is to move product from the first column, basically existing, to the fifth column, being purchased, as efficiently and cost-effectively as possible. To learn more, we're going to analyze Heinz Ketchup's position with a hypothetical buyer decision process for an American grocery store shopper, and by doing so, illustrate the value of this framework. The first column, total set of all brands in the market, we know Heinz has been a part of since it started making ketchup in 1876. Note that along with Heinz's main competitor, Heinz, right here, there's also some private label generic brands, Great Value, Market Pantry, as well as some more obscure brands. In the awareness set, Heinz is very strong. It is almost a universally recognized brand in an American market where ketchup is almost universally consumed. 95% of households buy ketchup and over 50% buy Heinz ketchup. This was not always so. The Heinz iconic product status was developed through advertising and product management. Wildcard influences like Andy Warhol's work further ingratiated Heinz in American culture and built up its brand equity. So the Heinz marketer can assume the average consumer is aware of the Heinz brand. This is a unique strength for Heinz compared to its competitors. Now, for Heinz to be considered, it must be available and visible. Again, thinking of the consumer's perspective, it may be assumed that people don't make a special trip or put much effort into buying a certain brand of ketchup. A challenge then to Heinz availability and visibility is the growing prevalence of store brands and the reality that Heinz's distributors are in many cases also its competitors. Heinz had to lower prices to wholesalers and offer more trade deals to retailers to offset the greater profitability of generic brands. For example, Heinz would need to make concessions to be distributed by Target, which owns the Market Pantry brand, and these steps might get it into the next step, but reduce margins along the way. At the consumer choice set, Heinz has traditionally leveraged its reputation for quality by showcasing the same traditional label and by innovating ketchup packaging. Strategies to get through the final set involve trade-offs that influence profitability as well as product effectiveness at upstream decision sets. For example, due to increasing cost of goods sold along with increased promotions, margins had decreased on the most popular Heinz ketchup size, the 24-ounce Red Rocket. Larger sizes like the 46 and 64 ounce promised higher margins and greater overall ketchup consumption. Aside from changing the calculation of the consumer at the choice decision point, larger sizes would certainly affect the availability of the product at upstream decision points due to limited shelf space, storage, and promotion. And if the product can't get through the first three steps, it will not get to the final decision point and will not be purchased.